Hi, I'm Debbie Chronister. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I'm glad you're joining me today. You can find me at stampwithdeb.com, and I am I'm on Facebook Live every Tuesday at 3 o'clock and Pacific time. And I'm so happy you're here with me today. Let's get started. I have a really fun project for you today. Today, you guys, I think last week or the week before, I had ordered the Nourish and Flourish kit, which is a kit that Stampin' Up! Has coming out in July. It'll be available July 1st. I'm not a kit person. First of all, I need to, do that disclaimer. I am not a kit person. I don't like kits. I have a hard time following instructions. The instructions are given in pictures instead of words. I'm a word person. So you can see, I have a really hard time following the instructions for that reason. Don't give me pictures. It's like putting something together. If you buy something at IKEA, it has these pictures. I can't do pictures. Don't give me pictures, give me words. I like words. So anyway, I decided that I would order this one to support the donation. It's only a $3 donation that goes to the one of the food sources, and it depends upon what country you're in, what area of the country, where the money goes. So that is why, and I thought, you know what, it's a kit, I'll try it. Oh, it has a cute little bag that comes with it, which I'm sure you guys will see at some point in my travels, that I will put my die cutting plates in it. It's perfect for that. It's just the right size. So, or something else, who knows? You could use it for a stamping kit. It's just a big empty space inside. So it's not, it is insulated, but there's nothing really special, extremely special about it. So I decided the kit comes with enough product to do 9 cards. So I'm going to show you the card that Stampin' Up! Said. Oh, let me just show you. In the kit, this is part of what comes, because the rest of it I've already cut up. So you have 3 pages that are like this, and they are not stickers, they're die cuts. So, which is kind of nice, because you can make them into, you can put dimensionals on them and pop them up. Then it comes with words. These were the English words up here. I've already punched those out, and it comes in 3 different languages. So if you know someone who speaks French, that would be perfect. Or I'm not sure what the other language is that's on here, but there are 4 pages. 1, 2, 3 of those, and there were 3 of these. There must have been. I don't know what I did with the other one, but there must have been 3, because there's enough to do 3 cards, and there's 3 different ones. You could save these and do something, put another greeting over top of them. So, I mean, you could punch this out and then cut a circle or an oval and put that greeting over top, and you still use that outline that's there. Not sure. Yeah. So some of these would be a little harder to do than others, but you could cut some rectangles or squares and just pop them up so that you could cover them, go over top. Okay, so let's go to card number 1 that I made. Okay. So this is the first card. Oops, let's get these out of the way. We don't need those. When I was done, this is what I had left, guys. That's it. That's all I had left after cutting it up to use it. So, that's almost nothing. I was playing with that, so it has green on it. But, there's not much left. So that's going in the trash. So this was the first card that I did. Oh, guys, it has envelopes too. Look at those. Aren't they pretty? They're very pretty. You could cut those up and use them for DSP. You could open them up and use them for designer series paper. I did not elect to do that. I wanted to keep them to go with my card. The one thing that I don't like about our kits is that the white doesn't match our Stampin' Up! White. Let me grab a piece of the white. Here's a piece of basic white, and you can see the color difference there. To me, that's huge. So let me put it out here where you've got better lighting. So there's a big color difference, so I don't want to use the white with white. It looks gray. It really does. It doesn't look like white. It looks like a light gray instead of a white. So get some more light there. For that reason, I don't like using it. So I would rather use another color. So you'll see at one point that I used a black because I needed a white, but I didn't want to use the white. But see the color difference there? It's huge. Okay, so now that I've showed you that, this is the card that made according to the instructions. And this is the card that I created. Okay, so it's just an alternate. So if you don't want all your cards the same, that's what you could do. So I'm going to show you how I did that. So first of all, I cut my paper 8.5 by 5.5, and then I scored it 2 1/8 and 4 1/4. And I'm just going to burnish that. And then I took the card front, like this card front, actually I got my fronts all mixed up. So I took a card front, and not the same one. I could have if I had watched what I was doing more carefully. And I cut this front up. So I cut up the front and the back separate. So I took the card basically this way, and I cut this. That piece is this right here. So this is going to go on the inside of my card. Get that out of the way. Now you can take any kit and do this. If you find a kit that you really like, and the kits are on sale right now, buy one, get the second one half off, at least for the rest of the month. And today you get free shipping on that kit. So, and then I took the front of my card, which would have been this piece, and I cut a 1 7/8 by 5 1/4 inch piece here. And this is embossed. If you guys can't see it, it's got a pretty little embossing on it. Let me see if I can get it so the light hits it. There it goes, see? And it's just got that beautiful little embossing on it. So I'm going to attach that to that strip right there. Whoops, straight hopefully. Okay, and then I have a piece, and I'll put all these measurements online for you. This is 3 1/4 by 2 1/2. And then I cut a piece that was 3 by 2 1/4 of that same little, the front piece again. And so I'm just going to attach those two together. And then I'm going to attach that to the front of my card. But, oh, I should have put that strip on first. I'm not going to attach it to the front of my card yet. I'm going to decorate it first. So I'm going to come back here, and in the kit are these edges and bands and things. So this is going to go right along here. This time I'm going to leave a little bit of an edge, so it looks like another stripe going down there. Maybe I am, if I can get it straight. And I'm going to trim that off, and I should have done that before I attached it to my card base. Because now, if I cut it crooked, it's going to show. And I cut it a little bit long. Here's where I get in trouble, huh? There we go, not bad. Okay. And it's not exactly straight. I should have gone right up to the edge. Okay. See if I can peel that off. No, I'm not going to, because I know it'll make a mess. Okay. So then I'm going to come back here and I'm going to decorate this. I'm going to add my greeting first, which is laying right here. And I'm going to put this on with dimensionals. So I'm going to put my dimensionals, but I'm going to put them towards the center of this. And the dimensionals come in the kit. And I'm going to put 4 of them there, and just stick that on there. Just like that. Okay, now in this one, I'm going to use these leaves and 2 flowers. Let's take these 2 flowers. And then these flowers, these orange ones. And one of these. Let's see if I need these. So the leaves are different. These have like a shaded spruce through them. So you just pick out the ones that, and what I did is I used the same things on these that were designated for the card so that I would have enough of everything when I got ready to do. And you wouldn't have to, you could pick and choose what you want to use. Okay, those 3, I need one more, this little double leaf right here. I think that's it. Let's get started. Okay, so I'm gonna start in with this one, and I'm going to attach this right underneath here. I am going to use a dimensional on this, right in front of me. And I'm just gonna stick it in the center and tuck that underneath there. And then I am going to add a glue dot to my other flower, my other pink one. I've already lost my glue dots. Jill, whenever I lose my glue dots, I think of you. Oh my goodness, I said I won't need that extra roll because I have a whole roll full, but I don't know where they are. Okay, so for this flower, I am going to attach it to the back of this corner over here, but I want to make sure that it's going to fit on here so that I'm centered. So I'm going to just tuck that underneath there and just kind of come up to there so that when I put that on there, I should probably just attach it to my card. But if I move this up or down, then it will look funny. Okay, so then I'm going to attach the rest of these with glue dots, at least most of them, I think. These leaves are gonna go underneath here, just like that. And then now I can actually attach this to my card base. So let's do that, and then I can finish the rest of them. So I'm just going to put adhesive on this area because I don't want it over here. This is going to hang over the flap. And I'm just going to go ahead and attach that like that. I'm going to tuck these little leaves underneath there, so I need a glue dot there. Oops. Just stick those under there. I have this one here, and that's going to go right in here. Let's get down in there. Okay. Now I have these 2 little flowers. One is larger than the other. So my larger one is gonna go in the background. Just like, let's see, I did them above that. That one I'm gonna put down below. And this one I'm gonna put on top. Just like that. So it's covering up my corner. I'm going to attach the little stem here, the little leaf, up in that corner. Just like that. And that can stick out over. It's not a problem because it's not going to go off the edge. Okay, this little leaf is going to go down here in this bottom corner on the flower, under the flower actually. And I'm just going to go right to the edge of my paper there. Let's pull that down a little. Okay. Now I have another flower. This is going to get attached with a dimensional, just because it's going to have the difference, the height difference there. So I am going to put a dimensional on that one because I want it down on, you know what, I think I only want a half a dimensional. So let's get a mini dimensional and put that on there. And a pair of tweezers. And where's my flower that I just bent all to pieces, huh? Okay, so let's put it on this side, and then we'll put, and actually if you don't know for sure where you want it to go, you could always place it here. And that way it would be on that edge. Okay, then I'm gonna tuck my little leaves here underneath. Sticking to me. Just like that. Okay, and then I'm going to come back, and this bling was they're little almost off-white pearls. I guess they're pink. And so that was in the kit. So I am going to just scatter that around on a lot of my flower centers, since these flower centers just lend themselves, oops, to it, using my Take Your Pick tool. Let's see where else. And actually, I had put them other places before. So I have 4 right now. We have to have an odd number. So I either have to put one here. It goes there. There we go. So that is the same as this card. Just a little different on the edge here, but otherwise the same. Okay, so that's card number 1. Card number 2 looked like this. Oops. Okay, so that's the second card. So this is the card that I made. A lot like one we did this morning, if you were in my group this morning. So this is the card that I made, and I put Wink of Stella on those flowers just to give it some shimmer. So I'm going to show you real quick how I made that one. So I will, and like I said, I'll put all these measurements on my blog so you guys can get it, and I'll put the pictures of everything on there as well. So this is cut at 4 1/4 by 8 1/2, and then it's scored at 1 1/2 inches. So then I took the paper, this paper, actually this is the little leaf one. It's got a real fine little leaf in it. And I cut 2 strips here, 2 1-inch strips, and then the rest of it I used for the front. So let's just put these together. Here's one of them. And the other one. And then those go on those front flaps, which I'm going to flatten them out and do that, just so I can center them well. So guys, I have a tip for you. If you are working and you get glue on your fingers, you're using the green glue and get on your fingers, just spray a little alcohol and wipe it, and it's gone. A little alcohol does amazing things to glue. So I keep a bottle of spray alcohol in my room here. Okay, so this was cut out of the back, so it would be cut out of this card back. so that the the color matches. And then this is going to go on the inside of my card. So this started out at 5 1/4 by 4, and then the white is the 3 3/4 by 5. And that's on the inside of the card. Now for the front of the card, we're going to put it together, and this is, let's see what's the measurement on that. So this is cut at 4 1/2 by 3 1/4. So then this is 4 by 3. 4 1/2, no, that would be 4 1/4 by 3. And then this one was cut at 2 3/4 by 4. So just coming down 1/4 of an inch each time. Once you've got your largest measurement, you can come down, or you've got your smaller one, you can go up. Okay, then this is only going to get glued across the top here. You know what? I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal, my Plus. My Stampin' Seal Plus across there, because that holds really good. Okay, and then I'm just going to center it top to bottom. Just like that. Now for this one, I'm using the round hello that was in the greetings. See, I have glue on my hands. And I'm using some of the flowers. So I'm going to use the rest of these pink flowers. So there's 3 of those. And then the rest of the dark green, the shaded spruce leaves. And then all of these pretty little spruce and yellow flowers. So now if you didn't want to use all the flowers, you wouldn't have to, and you could make a bunch more cards. You could have made a lot more by just putting 1 or 2 flowers on each card. But I was okay with using them up. That one's hard to get out. You don't want to tear it. Okay, the rest of those we'll use on the last card. Okay, so then this is going to be on dimensionals. So I'm going to go ahead and put my dimensionals in the center, and I'm just going to put 3 of them because I'm going to work on the outside edges of this card for my flowers. And that way I can go ahead and attach it to the center here. Oh, something else I did. I took this little band right here that is in the sticky part, the sticky things. Oh, I should have cut it again. I'm gonna put it back on there and I'm gonna cut it off. Let's see if I can do that. Okay, so I know that is 3 3/4 inches wide. So first I'm going to cut it off of here. There's a little bit of an area in between. And then I'm going to take it over to my paper trimmer and I'm going to cut that. Well, let me grab my paper trimmer because it's not sitting where I could use it. Okay, so let's just trim it here, right on that end. So then I'm going to cut this down till it's 3 3/4. So guess what? I have to cut the other end too. So I know where I'm going. 3 3/4 would be right in there. Whoops. Right there. So let's set that there for now. And then I just took this and put it right down in here, just to make it look a little festive. And just leaving that little bit of a white edge at the bottom. So when I close it, you don't see it, but it's kind of cute when you open it up. Okay, let's go ahead and decorate this front. So I started with my big flower up here in this corner. And I'm going to attach my leaves to my flowers first, or to that one at least. So I'm going to put this set of leaves, come on, goes up in that corner. Of this flower. And I'm going to attach my flower. I think it's just easier. Okay, so it's going to go right there. Don't want to go too far under. A nice thing about it is I can let it hang over this layer. Okay, and then my second flower I'm going to attach over on the other side here. And this is one of those partial flowers. So, and then my last flower is going to go on top of the hello. Just right like that. Okay, now let's get the rest of our leaves and our other flowers on there. So then this little flower, I'm going to attach him underneath here. Just like that. And we'll stick this one over here. And this one is going to go, I had an extra flower left over when I was done, so I tried putting two together and it didn't work out too well. So I'm going to stick this one down here. So he's hanging out there. And this one's going to go up here, and I'm not going to worry about that last flower. Actually, oops, let's pull out that piece. Come on, come out of there. Maybe I'll stick it right there. Just going kind of across the top. There we go. No, that's too much. Okay, we're gonna leave this little guy off. He's just not gonna get to go. Oh, you know what? I could stick him right down here. Guys, help me out. He can go right down here in the corner. Okay, now I did take the Wink of Stella on this one, and I just added a little bit to the flowers. Not a whole lot, just a little brushing. Doesn't have to be exact. I added it to these also. Okay. And then I came in with my bling, of course, which I have conveniently misplaced. Okay, found it. So I'm just going to add a little pearl right in the center of these two flowers, and then just one right down here. Just that's it. Okay, so that is the second card that I created. All right, we have one more card that we're gonna make, that I'm gonna make. Okay, get some of this stuff off my table. And that is this sweet card. I love this card. I think it is very, very sweet. But I created something a little different. And I changed these greetings around, guys. Did anybody notice that? I did, I changed the greetings around. So keep in mind, you can change those around. So I'm just so lucky to know you. So I switched this one with the last card. So the last card had this oval greeting on it, but I switched it around. So let's get moving. So this is the card that I'm going to show you how I made, and it's super simple. So I've already cut, and this is the one that I wanted to use the white, and I couldn't make it work because of the color difference, so I went to black. White and black are both invisible colors, considered invisible colors, and so that's it. So I cut this at 5.5 by no, 4 1/4 by 11. So our standard size is 5 1/4 for an inside card, would be 5 1/4 by 4, and that's what this is cut down to. And then this is 3 3/4, no, this is 5 by 3 3/4, yeah. So I'm gonna put those two together and put them on the inside. Now, when you get ready to cut this angle, what I did is I scored it 5 1/2, so I cut it at 11 by 4 1/4 and scored it 5 1/2. So here's my score line through here. And then I cut it from the score line up here down to this corner, just on the front panel. So then when you cut this for your card, you're gonna end up with two of these triangles. So I used one on that card that I just showed you on this one, and I'm using the other half on this card. So it works out that you actually get two. You just have to cut 2 more card bases and the other parts, but you get 2 of these every time you make it. So when I did this, I was able to cut these out of one sheet of paper and use the other sheet of paper for the fronts on this one, and yeah, for the 2 fronts on this one. So that was kind of neat because I thought, oh no, I'm not going to have enough paper. So, but by doing it with the black background, it worked out perfectly too. So I'm just going to attach these 2 together. So what you do is you cut your next layer just like you normally would. You cut it at 5 1/4 by 4, and then you cut it diagonally. So, and then you just keep going down. So for every color you go down, every layer you go down, you could go down to your little thing here. You would just keep cutting a whole one at, you know, whatever the next measurement is, 3 1/2 by 4, whatever it is, and then you cut it diagonally. So you keep moving down 1/4 of an inch each time you do it. And that will give you your layers here. Whoops, I glued that together crooked. Ah, it's glued now. Okay. And so that gives me that one. And then this is going to go on the inside. Just like that. Okay, now let's go back and decorate the front. So now we have these layers, which this one is 4 by 3. That's my largest one. And then this one is just a little bit smaller, 1/4 of an inch smaller. I'm wondering if I did what I think I did. This one was supposed to be just a hair smaller. So this is 1/8 of an inch smaller. And you can see I used a different paper on this one too than I used the same paper on both of these cards because I've used the leftover scrap. Yeah, see, that's 1/8 of an inch smaller there. Okay, then I have my little sticker here that was in with these. And I'm just gonna put that right across here. And it just fits at 2 3/4 inches, I think it is. Okay, and then this is going to get popped up on here. So let's go ahead and put our 3 dimensionals in the middle. I think I'm only going to get 2 in the middle here. No, I'll be okay with 3. Actually, I could go 4 if I needed to, but I don't. Okay, so those 3 are going to go right in there, and I'm just going to center that. Okay. Now I have the rest of my flowers here, the end of my flowers. So when I'm done with this, then this can go in the garbage as well. So the leaves, and you can tell what leaves go with what flower. They look alike. Okay. That one and that one, and that is it. That's all gone. Okay, so then I'm going to come back and I'm going to attach this flower with a dimensional, and I'm just going to stick it right in this corner because that's where it's going to go. just like that. And I'm going to peel this off and stick my flower right on there. Now I'm going to attach these little leaves to the back of it, so I need a glue dot. Whoops, somehow I got a plastic bag, plastic envelope. So those are going to go right under here. Just like that. And then I have a blue flower that's going to go on top. So I can put that on with a glue dot. And I'm just putting the glue dot on one edge because it's going to attach to the flower is what it's really going to attach to. I don't necessarily want it attaching to the card. I actually could put a dimensional underneath there to hold it. Let's do that. I think we'll need a small one because I don't think I have a lot of room. Oh no. Which side's sticky? That side. See, I don't have a lot of room. But I want something to kind of hold it because it's flapping. Okay. Now let's put the large leaf, we'll tuck underneath there. So let me just use glue dot for that one. And tuck that underneath there. And then I'm going to come back and put this one down here in this bottom corner. And for that, I am going to use a glue dot, but I'm going to attach it to the front of my flower because I'm going to stick it to the back of the card. And just like that. And then my little blue flower is going to go on top. So another glue dot. Just right up here. I want to keep my words there. And then attach my my leaves here. And those are going to go underneath, so I'm going to put a glue dot on the bottom. And just tuck those right in there. And there we are, guys. Now we're ready to attach this to this. And we want to make sure that I only put glue in this bottom portion because these are the places where it's going to attach from this line to this line, from this corner to this corner. So I'm going to make sure my top left and my bottom are in the right place and make sure that it is centered. And there is my attaching. And there is my final card. And we can add some bling to that. So let's put some bling in our flowers again. And there we are. So there are 3 cards today that we did. And so now I have, let's see if I can line them all up here. 1, 2, where's my original for that one? Let's just line them up. Okay, that was the original. That was the original. Okay, so this was the original for this one. This was an original. This was the original for this one. And I should have one more card here. This was the original for that one. So they came out really, really cute. I am very pleased with the way that they look. Yeah. Let's get this the right way. There we go. There's the original and there's the one I made. There we go. Okay. So thank you for joining me today. I will see you next Tuesday at the same time at 3 o'clock. And I am looking forward to hearing from all of you. If you haven't registered for the cottage class, make sure you get registered. And remember that it's free shipping today. So get your orders in, whether it's through me or whether you just go to my blog and go ahead and put your order in there. Thanks so much for joining me today. Bye-bye.